The Flintstones, the iconic Stone Age family, Fred, Wilma, Pebbles, and their neighbors Barney and Betty Rubble, were a huge hit for Hanna-Barbera. The original primetime cartoon ran from 1960 to 1966 on ABC television, and there's been countless spin-offs and merchandise. In this video, I'll walk through a couple of resources you can use to pull high-quality images for use in your art project. Now, these are non-commercial images, but they're great for your personal or educational projects. Let's go. The first resource is Pinterest. Now, if you haven't used Pinterest before, it's really easy to use. You can just go to pinterest.ca or pinterest.com, whatever country you're in, and then you can type in a search term and it'll look for pictures, and then you can pin them. You can save them into little photo albums or little picture albums that you can create. So I've just typed in to my little search window, model sheets, Flintstones. You could also do character references. And then what happens is you get back individual items, but then you can scroll down and you can see more. Now there's occasional ads that come up. That's why there's these tequila ads here. But there's also different pins that people have pinned. And so this is looking for similar ideas. And then it also will give you suggestions here as well. Character model sheets, cartoon sketches, that sort of thing. So this is all different pins that people have pinned. So here's the first one. We can see here, this is the boss from the Flintstones, Mr. Slate. So when I click on it, it will open up the actual Twitter page that is the basis for this pin. So this is not my Twitter feed, but this is somebody's Twitter feed. And then they've pinned inside of Twitter the picture of Mr. Slate. So you can see it's a pretty high quality scan of the original Hanna-Barbera Productions model sheet. You can see there's the reason I like these is because there's the side view, there's the front view, and then they'll often put in a size reference. So here's Flintstones, Mr. Flintstone's outline here, Fred Flintstone, and we've got Mr. Slate's body, and you can see how his arms work, his feet, his head, his nose, both side profiles, and that's a really nice resource to use if you're an artist learning how to draw individual characters on the Flintstones. I'm just going to scroll down and just pick another one here at random. So here is another one, and you can see here it says Atomic Robot Comics. I'm going to click on this and this will come up. Now you can tell this is a Hanna-Barbera animation sheet because it usually has a series title at the top. So I have no idea where this is going to go if I click it, but there's a little bit of a more here. Sometimes it gives you a description, but again, this is a human being that has posted this to their site and then they've pinned it in their Pinterest account. So I'm just going to click on this too. So I have no idea where this is going to go, but this is on Ken's Force Wix site. And sometimes it'll come back and it'll say it couldn't find this page. So when that happens though, don't despair. I'm just going to go back to the image. What you can do is just right click in Pinterest and just open the image. So you're not opening the link, you're opening the image. And when you open the image, you still get an image. So you can still save it, you can pin it, you can right click it and save the image, you can view the image, that sort of thing. So you still have the option, if it's in Pinterest, you can still get a base image that you can use for your project. So I really like Pinterest, and it's really easy to search. Just type in Flintstone character reference or Flintstone model sheet. The second resource I really like is called The Flintstones, and it's on this thing called Fandom. So it's flintstones.fandom.com, and it's like a Wikimedia page or a Wikipedia page. But the idea with a wiki is that people can contribute to it. So there's all these different albums and all these different characters. Now to find this, I'm going to put the link in the video description below, but if you're watching this on television, you may not have the link because you can't see the description. So you can find it pretty easily on Google. You just type in Flintstones, and then I just go Wiki fan, and that usually gets me right there. So you can see here it says Fandom Wiki. That's the first one here. Now there's other ones underneath it as well, but the first one is the Flintstones Fandom site. So that's the one that we're just on. and you can explore the wiki by going into characters, locations, shows, specials, episodes. This is like sort of like a dictionary or an encyclopedia all about the Flintstones. So if you're interested in learning how to draw a specific character, I would just click on the characters piece here. Okay, so there's a little gem that's buried in this page, and it's kind of hard to find if you're just going off of the links that are provided down here below. So what I'm going to do is go up to the top where it says search, and then I'm going to search inside of the Flintstones. I'm going to search for concept art. So that's the phrase you want to search for, concept art. And what will happen is you'll get back these different galleries, and I'm just going to click on the first one here, the Flintstones TV series gallery concept art. So for example, I'll get back really early pictures of the Flintstones. Like this is like a really early one. It says early concept art with Fred and Wilma and Barney by the pool. And you can see like that's quite, you know, not exactly finished product. I'm going to just scroll through here and we can see there's some pretty outrageous, cool old pictures. So again, I mean, if you're looking for a personal project to use, you know, what I really like is that these are like original, like these are scans of originals. Like these are, you can tell like these have been inked professionally. These are, you know, some of them are pencils, some of them are higher quality than others. But if you're a cartoonist or an animator, this can be a really nice tool for you to look through and especially see how it's drawn, not just, you know, a picture of him, but you can see there's little artist notes on here as well. So this is like the behind the scenes tour of how to draw these characters. I'm just going to close out of this one and I'll just click on the next one. This one says the Flintstones Gallery Concept Art Storyboards. So these are images of storyboards featured in the original series. Now again, these are all contributed by human beings, so there's no guarantee this is going to be comprehensive. So here's the Flintstone flyer. I'll just click on this picture. And we can see here there's storyboards. So again, if you're interested in making your own cartoon and you'd kind of like to reverse engineer how to make an animated short, this are the actual storyboards that were used for episodes of the Flintstones. I'll just go back and I'll just pick a character here. As I scroll on down, we'll see there's, I'll just pick Wilma Flintstone, for example. And so Wilma Flintstone Gallery, I'll click on that. So this gives me all of Wilma, different angles. These are all color, but as I scroll down, we'll see some concept art underneath it as well. So what I can do is I can click on the concept art and I can see these lines. And these are used to help make sure that you're consistently drawing Wilma the same height. And not only the same height, but the same proportions of her head, her torso, and then her lower half of her body as well. And then there's artist notes. Wilma has 3 fingers and toes. Dress hits just above knees. These are really useful if you're trying to draw her accurately. A lot of times what will happen is artists will draw Wilma just sort of by memory or just off of a picture, but they wanted these guides. And so what will happen is it'll look a bit off and they won't really know why. So these are some great resources that artists can use if you're learning how to draw or if you're learning how to animate. So I hope you found that helpful. Some tips and tricks here on how you can look at more professional art rather than just, you know, Googling at random images of the Flintstones. I really like this concept art because it really helps solidify how the character is drawn and not just looking at random photos. If you like the video, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching.